This is a very tricky question. It starts with the percent change formula where percent change is change over original. So if we want the percent change from 2012 to 2013, we need the change, which is 280, over the original, which is 5,600. So putting that in the calculator, 280 over 5,600 is 0.05. Converted to a percent, that's the same as 5%. Because to go from decimal to percent, you're moving the decimal 2 spaces to the right. Now, the trick in this question is that we're being told the increase from 2012 to 2013, which is the 5%, is double the one from 13 to 14. So if you go from 13 to 14, they're telling us that this percent we have is double this percent. In other words, to get from the first change to the second, we need to actually have it. We need to take half of it. Now, what's happening is that we're being delivered a progression in an unnatural order. They're telling us that the past is double the future. The logical way that most people would say that is they'd say, well, the future ended up being half of what it was in the past. So the test writers are kind of really giving this to you in an unnatural way to kind of activate most people's tendency to want to say, oh, it was 5% in the first part, and so that's double, therefore it's 10% in the second part. But you got to be very careful with those wordings. If you really notice the difference, it's actually saying the opposite. So now that we know the percent change from 2013 to 2014, we can say, well, how do we change something by 2.5%? And the idea there is percent changes start at 100 and they go up or down by whatever number we're changing by. So this would be 102.5% on the high side, or 97.5% on the low side. And in decimal form, 1.025 or 0.975. So what we're doing in yellow is we have a progression and we're figuring out by how much did it change. But what we're doing in green here is we're saying we know by what percent it was supposed to change by, and we're actually enacting that. So we have kind of two opposite operations there. And you should think of them as opposites. But in any case, to get the 2014 number, we need to take the 5,880 and we need to multiply it by 1.025, because we found out very carefully that it actually increased 2.5%. And on the calculator, that comes out to 6,027, which is B.